Hi, how's it going? Pooj is here. Everybody say hi to Pooj. Say hello, Pooj. Right, so y'all know my channel. What I do here is new crochet techniques every week, try new things, like really push myself because the challenge of creating is like the fun part for me. And I know y'all like that too because it gives you both like ideas and motivation to do your own projects. So today I want to do something a little different. Instead of actually showing you a full process of completing a project, I want to show you all the different things I'm working on as kind of a reward and a thank you for getting me to 10K. So I'm gonna answer some of your questions and show you all the different whips I have coming up. And these whips will basically be like my video schedule for the springtime, plus a couple things here and there. So yeah, so the first is a Pooj related item. So Pooj, my cat, P-O-O-J. I've seen a lot of people writing her name as Pooch, like a dog. I didn't come up with the name, okay? I don't know what Pooj means. That's just what her name is. That's what Jason called her. I love her and I love holding her. One of y'all actually asked whether I was gonna be doing any Amigurumi recently, and y'all can probably see the connection here. I wanted to make an Amigurumi Pooj. Here's the thing, there's a lot of patterns out there for Amigurumi, but I more just kind of like to wing things and not just buy a pattern. Also, I wanted the plushie to be more of a pillow because I love holding her, even though she doesn't usually like me to hold her. But most of like the kitten plushies that I've seen that are like kind of pillowy plushies aren't really derpy enough, or they're like too pillow shaped or too plushie shaped. I want something more kind of in the middle. So that's what I'm gonna try to make. I already started. You can barely see, both because it's black, but you know, she's black. And also because I haven't really done much at all. But yeah, I got this really plushy yarn. I got a little booty hole color matched yarn as well, and some eye color matched yarn as well. And I was working this up with like an 8mm crochet hook, which is way too small for what the yarn asked for. So I recently went out and bought an 11.5mm hook. Hopefully that'll work out. This actually I've been working on for the longest because I've had, but also like put very little effort into it, just because like multiple times halfway through I realized, one, it's really difficult to film the black and see the black, and also that like I don't have any amigurumi experience. I don't know anything about making plushies other than like the puppets that y'all always see here in the background that I made. Those are sewn, those are not knitted or crocheted. So all that's kind of been stopping me. A couple of amigurumi crochet YouTuber people have reached out to me and said they'd be down to collaborate, but after I said yes and like collaborating on a pattern, I think I've either been ghosted or like realized later that like they were actually like AI or like not trustworthy. So if you are a fun, trustworthy crochet amigurumi person and you want to collaborate on making a little Pooj pattern with me, I think that'd be really fun. That's project number one. Number two is this vest over here, and it doesn't look like a vest because it basically isn't right now. It's just a bunch of granny squares. This kind of leads into another question, which is like someone was asking what my favorite thing to make is, and it really is clothes. I love art that has like a purpose. I love something I can show off, and this is definitely something I would be happy to show off when it's done. I still need to do the ribbing. I need to stick on these granny squares a little better. I have a couple more granny squares to make. This is a replica of a vest I saw on Etsy. The person that posted that vest isn't the original creator. They have like 5 different pictures from different creators on their like post, and they don't have a pattern up. So I figured I would take one for the team and figure out a pattern for it. It's a new type of granny square I've never done before, and I haven't really done a granny square vest. I think a lot of the outfits I've made, halfway through making them at like the stage where there's no sleeves, I've been like, whoa, this actually looks really cool. I would wear that, and then I end up making it into something else. So it's about time to make a vest. So yeah, vest. It's coming soon, probably the next big video I'm gonna make. Someone asked me what kind of skills I'm trying to learn, and that leads very well into project number 3, which is this. It's a cable sweater, it's a raglan sweater, it's knit. It's all these different things I've never done before. I have knit before, actually. I learned to knit before I learned crochet, but it was all beanies. So I didn't know what I was doing. And oh my God, it's been so many issues so far. By the way, that is Stone Cables. It's a free pattern by Drops. It only goes down to size small. I'm smaller than that. So I've had to adjust the cables design to like actually fit my body, which is hard to do when you don't know what you're doing. I've also had to shrink it a little bit more because it's Although this is an Aran weight pattern and I'm using an Aran weight yarn, the gauge of this yarn is slightly bigger than the one that they call for. So, and I also never had cable needles, so I had to go out and buy a set of cable knitting needles. This one is by Knitter's Pride. It's really great so far. So yeah, I had a lot of issues with it so far. I've had to restart it like 10 times. I also made it during my road trip where I got engaged. That's right, y'all. Last week I got engaged to Jason. Here it is, my ring. I got him one too. It was my birthday and I got engaged and I reached 10K subs. It was a really good week. But yeah, I tried to make this during that trip and it was just not a good time to like sit down and concentrate, which is what I had to do. It's a big reason why I prefer crochet over knitting, because with knitting it's a lot slower and it's a lot less flexible. It's really easy to get things wrong and you have to go really far back frogging to fix things. And the frogging is a lot more risky. So there's a lot of reasons why knitting is just worse to me. It does look very beautiful though. And I really like a tight fitting cable knit sweater. So I'm gonna make it happen. This is not me saying, don't knit, it sucks, I'm never gonna do it. This is me saying, this is really challenging and that's why I'm doing it, because I love a big challenge. I have other projects I wanna share. This is something I haven't really started yet, but I just got the yarn for it yesterday. I'm really excited about it. Tan Franz, he wore this shirt, season 8. This is like the current season, I think. And I thought it was really cool. It was very much my style, even though the colors are very muted. I actually kind of like muted colors a lot, even though I'm wearing this. I know it's a knit shirt, but I wanted to kind of do a crochet dupe of it. And it's also like a pretty cheap shirt you can buy, I think in like Urban Outfitters or something. So I like the style. I wanted to make it my own way. And so I'm gonna make a whole video on that. So yeah, I'm really excited. It's very thin cotton yarn, so it's gonna take a while to work up, but when has that ever stopped me? Let's answer another question. So someone asked me if I would ever become a full-time content creator. I don't think that's gonna happen anytime soon. My day job is I am a research scientist. I do basic biology research. And what that means is I'm a doctor and a PhD doctor, not a medical doctor. And that took a lot of work to get to this point where I'm finally doing this kind of work. And very soon I'll probably be a professor, because I love teaching, I love inspiring, I love learning and being creative and doing experiments, which is what I do here, and it's also what I do with my day job. And so I don't think I want to like let go of my day job. This is more just like a fun thing where I get to hang out with y'all. But yeah, I'm doing it because like no one in my life really crochets or makes art in this way, and it's fun to be able to connect with people that actually do, right? So that's you guys. So thanks for hanging out. Another project that I'm working on that actually I don't have it right here, but my mom, it's April right now, and that means Mother's Day is coming up soon, and she wanted a beach bag. So she lives in the Dominican Republic. That actually answers another question someone had, is where are you from? I am originally from Dominican Republic. My whole family lives there. I've been in the US for less than I have been in the Dominican Republic. I'm in Chicago right now. I used to be in Seattle. I used to be in California before that. But yeah, back to my mom. She sent me like 20 pictures of beach bags and she said, make me one. And so I got some raffia yarn, which is kind of like a papery cellulose type yarn. I'm gonna make a bag out of that. And I don't want to reveal too much about it because I know she watches my videos, but it's gonna be beautiful. I look forward to that. It'll be my like Mother's Day content, basically. Something else I did want to show y'all. So a lot of crochet YouTubers make temperature blankets. I got a punch needle and I got some tufting cloth. And instead of making rows of crocheted stitches for a blanket, I kind of wanted to make a tapestry where each square represents a different day. And maybe the squares actually have images on them that represent something that I was thinking about that day, or like something that happened that day that was meaningful. And it would be a good way to use up some of my scrap yarn, and it would eventually become wall art or maybe a carpet on the floor. It's also like pretty intimate because it's like about my personal life, not just like rows of temperatures. So, and I also haven't done any of the work yet. So like, we'll see. If that ends up happening. But that is something that I bought the tools for and I might make soon. I also behind me have all this crap, and that's me learning new stitches. I'm learning Tunisian crochet, I'm learning to do mesh stitches, I'm learning to do different knit stitches, and a lot of those things probably will never become a video, but just letting you know that behind the scenes, it actually takes a lot of practice and a lot of like playing around with things to, you know, learn how to do this kind of art and make something meaningful out of it. So yeah, it's not always like, I came up with an idea, 2 days later, I have the final project done and it fits great. You know, it's oftentimes a lot of practicing behind the scenes. Which, speaking of, someone asked me how many like hours a day I spend crocheting. I usually spend like an hour and a half on any day that I have free time doing any type of fiber arts. I would say on the weekends I can spend 8 to 12 hours on it if I'm like filming a video and I'm like really in the zone. Lately I've been kind of having fun, busy weekends where I don't actually have that much time. Really, I just spend on whatever amount of time I'm feeling like spending on it. And usually I'm a pretty motivated person, so I will like go really hard on it, not even watch a show or listen to music, just like focused working on a project. Someone asked what my first crochet project was, and I started in September. So my first project was a shirt for my partner, and here it is, and I really love it. And it was a big project to take on, but it was really rewarding to do, and yeah, it's kind of how I got my start here on YouTube, right? And final question is, someone asked me if I would ever do a crochet hangout on Zoom. I would totally do one on YouTube Live because I'm trying to test out what YouTube Live is like, but probably not anytime soon, just because like I have a pretty small following and I don't think anyone would really, not enough people would be there to keep the conversation going and interesting. But yeah, I love the idea of like hanging out. Like that's kind of why I started this whole thing. I'm not doing any hangouts in person yet because that kind of freaks me out that y'all like know where I live, or like probably not anytime soon. But when I figure this whole thing out, yes, absolutely. Let's hang out and let's crochet. And with that, I don't think I have any more projects to like really show y'all or like questions to answer. I've been answering all your questions as y'all leave comments and videos. And when you buy patterns, if you have questions for me, I've been answering them on Etsy and on Ravelry. So like, yeah, check me out on all those places. I have links in my description. Follow me for more if you want to see me actually complete all these different projects. I listen, so I might just do the things you asked me to. Okay, bye guys.